I'm Louis Guy Matthews, and this is Cognitive America. And this is my cat, Nicola. He's my best friend. Today on Cognitive America, I want to discuss taxes in a way. I don't want to go too deep into everything. I'm not completely knowledgeable on all aspects of where taxes go and how much taxes are being spent, and I think that is a problem too. I don't think many Americans know that, and how much we spend and how much well, we are actually paying for and what we are actually paying for. I don't think Nicola knows that either. He doesn't pay taxes. But I, like every other American, we pay taxes. So, what are we actually paying for? What exactly are we getting out of it? Why don't we know? Why don't we have any transparency on it? And I think that's a big problem, is the transparency issue with our tax dollars. So I want to kind of, discuss an idea. Take it or leave it, but I'd like to hear your suggestions and comments, and this is why I'm creating this video blog page to discuss ideas and how we can make things better. So-called reform, or whatever terminology you want to use towards it. One thing I like to understand is where are my tax dollars going? So we have services such as public transportation, military, a police force, fire department, infrastructure like road work, education, healthcare, welfare such as SNAP program, like the Farmers Bill. The fire department's border protection, foreign policy issues. But how we deal with our foreign policy. Tax dollars go into that. We pay for our public services, servants, such as the president, the governor, etc., mayors. So our tax dollars go into these things, but how much of it goes in that, and how much do they get out of it, and how much do the programs get? I think that should be transparent for us, a little easier to. If it is, it needs to be easily accessible to all of us, and we should have that information given to us. As someone, maybe if you buy a product, and that's kind of how I see taxes are. We're buying products, and I think if we buy a product, we want to know what it is. I think it should be formed. And I was thinking, what if we created a new tax form concept, something that we pick, because I know some people don't want to pay for certain things, and that's important. What people want. What people want out of a situation. And so if you don't want to pay for someone else's health care, you shouldn't have to. I don't think that's wrong to say. But some of these programs are needed for everyone. I mean, even education. I think it's important. So whenever you apply for a job, or you fill out a form that you see how much taxes you have withheld, or if you don't have any withheld and you get that big check at the end of time, at any of the year, or some people don't get a check and they have to pay. But what if we had a form like that? A new tax form. This is an idea, a concept. Kind of like a concept artist makes a concept of a vehicle, a car. Think of it that way. This is what I'm bringing forth to the table. But what if we had a new form where we picked what we wanted to pay? This is an idea that could be beneficial, especially with when they make the budget. They see what actually what money actually goes into it, and it's a democratic process too. So by how much we pay is how much money they have to work with. Seems simple enough. Pick your payment form. So you say you have 30% of your check goes into taxes. So you pick what percentage goes into programs. Like, I want 10% to go into the military. I want 5% to go into education, 1% to go into healthcare. I mean, judge it based off of that. That's not the full 30%, but you can still judge it now how you choose as an American. You choose. Does this sound nice? Sounds like a good idea. Pick for what you want to pay for, and pick for what you don't want your money to go in towards. It doesn't seem too far out of an idea. And you think, well, some people are like, well, I don't want to pay taxes entirely. That's great. Maybe eventually the free market will take advantage, overcome certain barriers. So you look at public transportation. Well, capitalism kind of worked its way through. You look at Lyft and Uber. I mean, you had taxis and stuff too before. But, the free market has a way, finds a way. That's what's great about capitalism, is it finds a way to work itself in there, and eventually these programs are obsolete. So they may get more money back into the budget to pay for other programs. But, capitalism and socialism have their ways. You need the left and the right. I mean, that's how it works. I mean, so socialist ideas to get things going, and then free market comes in and takes its place. I mean, there's greed and corruption and all of it. But eventually, as a society, we can grow without it. And we don't have to fight about it anymore, especially if you pick these concepts. I don't know if it's a far out idea, but I'd like to get your input on this. So if in the comments and sections, please discuss this with me. I think it's a pretty decent idea. A cognitive idea. So, share your thoughts, and if you like this video, like and subscribe. I guess you have to hit the notification bell if you want to hear more videos that I have to come. And if you want to donate to my Patreon, it should be within the link as well. And I appreciate your time. This is Logan Sky Matthews with Cognitive America.